How to install an interior door. The internet will tell you there's about a million ways to do this, so I'm going to show you how I like to do it. I start by setting up my shims on the hinge side of the door, placing the shims just under where the hinges will go. I do this because I already know I need to fill at least a 1/2 inch on that side because I took measurements before I started. So once I have those shims nailed in place, I move the door and the frame over to that side. I can remove the door lock so I can open up the door, and I use a Viking arm to help level the slab so that I'm not fighting it the entire time I'm trying to get things plumbed up. So once I have the slab supported, I grab my 4-foot level. You could use a 5-foot level. It's really whichever one you have. And I make sure that this side is all level and plumbed so that I can get it nailed in. I did need to adjust at the bottom with one little piece of shim. Now, once you are satisfied, you can tack the door in place with a 2.5 inch straight nail or a finish nail. In my case, I do go back and add screws, but I use the finish nails just to hold it in place. I have a 1/2 inch gap on the other side as well. So instead of stacking my shims, I decided just to cut some of these 1/2 inch pieces of plywood to help fill the larger gap. In your situation, you may have much smaller gaps depending on how your rough openings are framed. But once you have that done, you want to check and make sure the door isn't swaying from side to side. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, I like to secure my door jambs with screws. So doing that with a bit set like this one from Montana makes life a lot easier because I have my built-in drill bit and my driver bit in the same thing. And then once I'm ready, I cut off all my shims with the multi-tool because it's faster than using a razor knife and a hammer. And there you go. The door is installed.